Sometimes for some people, when they tell themselves that they're going to do something, they don't do it. For example, they say, hey, I'm going to start today. I'm going to have that breakthrough. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to make the YouTube video. I'm finally going to do it. Maybe you're thinking about it at work and things like this. And as soon as you get home, you're like, oh, I said I was going to do it, but I just don't feel like doing it right now. I don't have that same motivation and inspiration. Or maybe you find yourself telling yourself that you're going to do things and you just find resistance against doing it because you told yourself to do that thing. And it's almost like you're a rebel to your inner voice. You're a rebel to your dreams, goals, and desires, and you stop yourself from getting to where you want to be. Let's find out why this is and figure out why you're blocking your own success. Let's get started. Hey superstar, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a subconscious mind specialist. I help people reprogram their personality so they can create the reality that they want automatically. Thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate you liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel and watching all of my videos. I really do appreciate your support in this way. It helps the channel grow. And leave your comment below of a question that you might have about this video or other videos. I reply to my videos every Friday and I spend the entire day helping and supporting you. So make sure that you leave a comment. So when it comes to this inner voice, when it comes to our dreams, our goals, our desires, when it comes to making progress, what I found for a lot of people is when they tell themselves they're going to do something, it's almost like there's another part of them that's stopping them from taking action on that particular goal. There's a part of them that says, I don't feel like doing it right now, or you find resistance because you told yourself to do it. You're like, oh, I don't want to do it because I told myself to do it. And for some people, they don't like to be told what to do. There's some people that just don't like to be told what to do, don't like to be given any instructions and be told like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And this comes from a bunch of different places. One of the places where this comes from is when your parent, told you need to tidy your room, or you need to go clean up, or you need to go do your homework, or whatever it is. And at that point in time, you felt like playing video games. At that point in time, you felt like playing with your toys or whatever it was, right? And so you have this association where you've been told to do something and you don't want to do it. And so subconsciously, there's a pattern there that says, hey, I don't want to do this because I told myself to do it. So it's not like someone else telling you to do it. It's like your own mind is telling you, hey, we're going to do this today. And then you feel like resistance and procrastination against doing it. So it's a really strange dynamic. And I had this issue myself where whenever I would tell myself to do something, I would find it hard to do. Sometimes I would do it, sometimes I wouldn't do it, but there was like an inner battle. Just because I told myself to do something, or I'm going to do something today, it was like there was an internal battle going on, and I couldn't get myself to break that pattern of telling myself to do something and not doing it. And so I got to the point where I was using a bunch of willpower in order to take action. I was pushing myself like really hard to push through that resistance that I was feeling, that procrastination that I was feeling. And so I realized, you know what? I'm just going to be creative. I'm just going to be creative and I'm going to just make videos. I'm going to create content. I'm going to do the business whenever I feel like doing it. So rather than telling myself, oh, I'm going to make videos today, I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do that today, or whatever it is, I wouldn't plan my day at all. I'll just wake up, be like, okay, I feel like doing this, so I'm going to do some of this. I feel like doing this, so I'm going to do some of that. I feel like doing this, I'm going to do some of this. Now, don't get me wrong. I made a lot of progress with that particular strategy. I would make money, I'd be helping people. But there were a lot of connotations to this. There's a lot of connotations to me being totally in my creative energy. Because there were no practicality around what I was doing, I was swayed by my emotions. So whatever I felt, I would do. If I felt like doing this, I'm doing this. If I'm going to take a break and go watch Netflix, I'm going to go do that. I would go with the flow. Okay. Now, I think it's important to go with the flow. I think you should be in a flow state and stuff like this. But, that's the feminine energy. and the feminine energy is amazing, we want to balance it out with the masculine energy, okay? Because the masculine and the feminine is what creates. And so when you apply the two together, now you get that momentum towards the success that you're wanting. Some people are on the opposite end of the spectrum, where they are not creative at all, where they don't allow that creative energy to flow through. It's totally logical about everything. Now, obviously, this can be detrimental, especially in romantic relationships, and it can cause a lot of problems in terms of your productivity, because you'll be using a lot of willpower. There's no emotion tied behind it, and you're burning yourself out trying to will yourself into taking action. And so I found these problems in my life, and I didn't understand what was going on until I found out about how to shift and how to really get into that space of taking action, which is passionate based, where you feel like doing it, but also balancing it out with the structure, where I could have a structured day where I could, say, hey, I got a call this time and that time, and I'm going to make videos at this time. So my weekly schedule will look something like this. On a Monday, I'll make 5 videos. On a Tuesday, I'll make another 5 videos. On Wednesday, I will add the titles and the thumbnails to the video. Monday and Tuesday, my video editor is going to be editing the videos. And so by Wednesday, all I have to do is go and log in there and go put in my titles and my tags and my descriptions and all this stuff. And the videos, all scheduled to go out and stuff like this. And so that's my schedule from Monday to Wednesday. And then on Thursday, right now, these 2 days, Thursday and Friday, is like open for me. Okay. And what I'm doing right now is I'm creating a program called Neutrality Shifting Life Mastery. Neutrality Shifting Life Mastery, which is all about teaching people how to shift themselves on a subconscious level, and shifting on a personality level, which is the deepest level that you can change on. And when you change on this level, your personality changes and you automatically create success. And so if you would like to join that program and find out more about that, you can get a free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com. There'll be a link above or below this video where you can check that out. And so on Thursdays and Fridays, that's when I'm creating the course and adding content and dealing with the customers. And also on a Friday as well, I dedicate that day to replying to your comments here on YouTube as well. And so I leave those 2 days open to do those 2 things. So once the course is created and I've finished the course completely, those 2 days will be dedicated to something else. And I'll have these dedicated days. Monday, Tuesday is for videos. Wednesday is for like putting the videos together and the thumbnails and all that stuff, because thumbnails are very important with the YouTube algorithm and stuff like this. And so you want to make sure that you have good thumbnails. And so I spend a lot of time and energy on that to make sure that you guys click on my thumbnails and watch my videos, because the more that you click on my videos and the more that you like, and the more that you comment, and the more that you watch my videos all the way through, it actually leads to my channel growing. Okay, so the whole job of a YouTuber is to keep you watching all the way through the video, but you also have to get people to click on your video as well. You click on your thumbnail and watch your video and get them to like and stuff, and that's what really supports the algorithm. So I really do appreciate you, like, when you do those things for me. It really does help out, and I get to reach more people and impact more people's lives, and obviously you'll get good karma points from doing that. So I spend my time on Wednesday doing that, and then Thursday and Friday is left open. On the weekends, I do rejuvenation. I recover. I, chill out. I hang out. I watch Netflix. Right now it's COVID-19, so I don't really go outside, but I'll go for a walk or I'll go skating for a little bit or whatever it is. And so usually, if it wasn't COVID-19, I would take myself out to a restaurant. I would, go get a massage. I would go dating on a date with someone. I would, go cinemas. I would go get my hair cut and stuff like this. But right now it's COVID-19, so I can't get my hair cut. I look scruffy right now and whatever it is. And it just is what it is. So I'm mostly staying indoors as of recent, because obviously I don't want to catch the virus, and my life is very important to other people's lives, and I want to make sure that I'm not ill, right? And I have a business and I have employees, and then so I need to make sure that I'm healthy. And so I have this in place, And so I know I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And whilst doing that, I can still be in my creative energy. And I don't feel like I'm beating myself up anymore. I don't feel like I'm pushing myself. I don't feel like I can tell myself to do something and actually do it. I can say, hey, we're going to do this today, and we actually do it today. Okay. So it's almost as if my awareness, my consciousness is telling the ego, my ego mind, my brain, hey, this is what we're doing today. And it's actually listening, saying, hey, there's no rebel saying, hey, no, we're not doing this. So there's no part of me resisting against making videos on Monday, Tuesday, all of this stuff. Now, on some days, you know, you might feel a little bit tired. Some days you might be a little bit stressed or hungry or hangry, right? And so those things do affect your ability to take action. And we have to learn these things about ourselves when it comes to taking action. And so I do feel those feelings sometimes. I feel like sometimes I haven't slept as well. So there's a little bit more of a heaviness to getting up in the morning, or should I say grand rising. And, you know, sometimes, most of the time I don't really eat breakfast. Sometimes I, you know, wait until like 1 or 12 p.m. to eat food because I do intermittent fasting. And so, like, I know these things about myself. I know that, you know, there's certain aspects in my environment, within myself, that will make me feel a certain way about taking action and making progress. And so, yes, in those examples, you know, the internal dialogue is going to flare up and be like, oh, I don't want to do this today. Oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, this and all that, right? This is like a little tiny child inside of your mind, and you are allowing it to control your life. It's a little child, and it's like, hey, I don't want to tidy my room, mommy. I don't want to do this. I would prefer to do this. It's almost like you're being controlled in a way. I don't want to be controlled. I want to rebel against all these things. And that's why sometimes in religion, when they say no sex, no this, no that, it's like you want to do it more because it's like reverse psychology. You want to do it because you're being told not to do it. When you're told not to do something, it's almost like you want to do it more. And so we have to realize that when we're told as children not to do this, not to do that, we want to grab that thing more. We want to grab, mommy says, don't grab that, right? Don't go after that. And so we want to go after it even more. And that's where we have to realize that there's this little voice that has so much power over us, that really takes control over our lives, and it stops us from making progress. And so what we need to do is we need to have a conversation with that inner child. We need to have a conversation with that smaller part of yourself. And one of the most powerful things you can do is see this inner child. Where is it in your body? For some people, it might be in the chest. Some people might be in the stomach. Where is your inner child? Where is this feeling of rebelliousness? Like, I don't want to take action. I don't want to do this. Right? Where is it? Find it. Find out where it's at. And then see this inner child grow up into an adult. Okay, you want to see this inner child, this rebellious inner child grow up into an adult. Okay, you want to grow it up into an adult. And if it's struggling to grow up, it doesn't want to grow up, you want to have a conversation with it and let it know it's safe to grow up now. It's safe to have more responsibility. It's safe to have more discipline. It's safe to have more structure. It's safe to, you know, when I say to do something, we do it. Okay, you don't have to be afraid. It's okay. All of this stuff. You want to make it feel comfortable. Okay, you want to make it feel good about the activity or the action that you want to take in your life. So you have a conversation with it and let it know it's totally safe. It's totally normal. It's totally familiar. It's something that we always do, you know, whatever it is. And that we can have fun. You know, it can be enjoyable. It doesn't have to be boring. We can find fun ways to do it. We can play some music in the background. We can do some breath work before we begin and pump ourselves up a little bit. We can, you know, eat a snack. You get some dopamine as we eat. Every time we spend 10 minutes on, you know, typing or whatever it is, we get a bite of chocolate or something like this to keep the momentum, keep that dopamine releases going. You can also talk to it and say, hey, success is not the outcome. Success is not this big project that we're working on. Success is taking action, right? It's moving and getting stuff done. We can feel a sense of reward just from being an action taker. And that's going to be really powerful for that inner child. And then you want to grow it up into an adult. You want to see it as an adult and conversate with it as an adult and say, hey, like, I can see you were fighting against me. Do you want to work with me? Can we team up somehow? If it says no, I don't want to team up, why don't you want to team up? Oh, because of this, and this. Oh, I see why. Why do you feel that way? You talk to it and say, hey, why do you feel this way? What is it? All right. And then obviously it's like, a relationship. You want to build a relationship with yourself. So there's different aspects and personalities within yourself. And so if you're in a relationship or romantic relationship, you don't want to say, oh yeah, don't feel like that. You shouldn't feel like that, push their feelings away or whatever it is. You want to welcome their feelings, say, why do you feel like that? What have I done? How have I contributed to this? Is there anything I can do better? Is there anything I can do to support you? Things like this. And as you have those discussions with your inner self or in your relationships, it will heal the relationship and it will resolve the problem a lot quicker rather than arguing and bickering. And so you want to go do the same with that inner voice, that voice that's now growing up, and you want to have a conversation with it and talk to it and let it know, hey, we want to, achieve this particular outcome. Why don't you want to achieve this particular outcome? Have a conversation with it and get to the point where you're now teammates. You're now working together on creating what it is that you want. And it's so important for us to have that sense of discipline and productivity and the masculine energy, practicality, but also we want the other side of the equation, which is the creative. So chances are you're watching this video, you might be spiritual and into spirituality and empathic and stuff like this, and you want to acknowledge and realize that it's not just woo-woo. Okay, don't just focus on the woo-woo visualization and being wishy-washy and being creative, like totally creative. It's not who you are, it's who you've learned to be. It's a characteristic that you've learned, and this other character is rebelling against that, right? And so you want to realize that you want to have a conversation with that part of yourself, that characteristic or personality, and you want to have these two parts conversate and get them to work together in harmony so that you can be more practical about taking action and getting the results that you want in your life. Because, it's going to require practicality. In my business, I've had quite a bit of success without the practicality, but I had to use a lot of willpower to be practical, somewhat practical, because I had that inner voice fighting and rebelling against me achieving the success that I want. All right. So that's how you do it. It's just about conversating with yourself, having conversations inside, and building relationships with different aspects of yourself, because a part of you wants success and there's a part of you that doesn't want success. Well, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to have success. It's rebelling, it's fighting, it's resisting, or whatever it is. And so you want to get these two parts of yourself working cohesively and building that relationship and helping your business, your enterprise, your mind work synergistically for yourself and to have more success, and for the people and whatever it is that you're going off and wanting to achieve. Okay, so if you would like help with this sort of stuff and you really want to learn about your mind and the subconscious and really learn how to reprogram yourself from personality level and really understand how to shift your life completely, because I was someone that was completely impractical, and now I'm able to be practical and again have those disciplined days. If you want to learn how to do that, if you want to learn how to get out there, get more stuff done, be more productive, overcome resistance, procrastination, mental masturbation, and low motivation, then you can get a free subconscious mind diagnosis session with my head coach Jaden Johnson at neutralityshifting.com. There'll be a link above or below this video where you can go ahead and get that. And again, I appreciate you for liking and commenting and supporting the channel and watching all of my videos. It really does help. And be sure to leave a comment or question below. I answer my questions every Friday, and I'll spend some time on Fridays replying to your questions and helping you get where you want to be in life. Okay. Other than that, you can get your free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.